a new day. Yesterday we left Medellin, second time, and went out to explore the countryside of Colombia. But as I promised, I'm gonna talk a bit about whether or not Medellin is the most dangerous city in the world. So actually, yes, Medellin still is kind of a dangerous city. During the city tour in Medellin, I was told that about 2 people get shot every day. And actually, when you walk in Medellin in nighttime, you often hear shots or see the police chasing people. But compared to the times where the bad repetition comes from, like times where Narcos plays, at this time about 20 people per day got shot in Medellin. So Colombia is definitely on the right way. Also last year the government signed a contract with rebels, and there were bloody fights between both parties for the last, I think, about 70 or 80 years. And more than 220,000 people died during this fighting. So it's a big step for the country to actually sign this contract and end this war. But the Colombians have a saying, translated to English it will mean something like "don't show papaya," which basically means like don't look for a fight and you don't have a problem. So like, of course, don't walk in the nighttime with your phone out in the shady neighborhoods, or stare at people that seem to belong to a gang or something. Actually, I was looking at some guys with a motorbike when we've been out with Xavier, because they had really nice, expensive motorbikes, and he told me not to look into their direction because they were not wearing helmets. And in Colombia, also you have to wear helmets. So if you don't wear helmets, means like you're totally fucked up. You don't give a shit about the rules, and probably these people belong to the gangs. It seems like half of the group of us digital nomads got their phones stolen within the first week. But actually, I think this can happen to you in any big town, and this is the worst thing that happened to any of us. So I think Colombia has still huge problems with the fightings going on, but they don't attack foreigners that got nothing to do with their case. So my conclusion is that Colombia is totally safe for traveling if you're not looking for a fight. And especially since the time of the drug wars, safety has increased a lot. The government did a lot about it. They placed what they call like sexy libraries in the most dangerous parts of the town. Sexy library means that it's not a boring library with only books, but also with like skate parks outside and so on, so that actually the young people go there and educate themselves instead of getting into the drug war as well. And this helped a lot. So enough about politics and history, let's go and explore the countryside of Colombia. Did you see any wild animals yet?
Yes, I saw some butterflies, some spiders.
Wild butterflies.
Yes, super excited. No, but there's one black.
Was machen wir jetzt schön?
Wir gehen raften! Ich zieh mich jetzt auf jeden Fall schon mal.
Yeah, we're going rafting, but unfortunately, guys, I have to disappoint you because I didn't bring a waterproof camera, so I'm gonna leave you here at home. See you later. Wow, that was an amazing trip, floating alongside the mountains, into caves, under waterfall, jumping from a tree. Which was your favorite part?
Jumping part.
Jumping part, definitely jumping part. So, today's my last day in Latin America. Tonight I'm gonna catch my flight back to Europe from Bogota. There's just one problem left. My hotel won't accept a credit card. And so I had to hitchhike to this tiny town here, which is the only town around like 50 kilometers or something. And there's only one ATM, which doesn't work today. So I have no money to pay the hotel, I have no money to pay the bus. Let's see how I get to Bogota.
Aquí se puede descansar.
So we solved the money problem. We made a deal with the hotel next to our hotel. They accept card payment, so we paid there and paid a bit more so they can actually give us the cash. And now we are back to the city where I was this morning trying to get cash to take the bus back to Bogota. And going to this small town again, we are hitchhiking, and a priest picked us up. He's working here in a really tiny neighborhood in a tiny church, and he was so friendly. He invited us home for a coffee and having a shower, and yeah. So now we're on the way to Bogota. See. So we just arrived in Bogota. Lisa's out at the ATM to get some cash, and I'll try to catch some sleep because in about 2 hours I need to take the taxi to the airport, and from there I'm gonna fly to Europe. I don't just go to Europe for fun, although I'm sure I'm gonna have a lot, but for a really exciting project. So stay tuned and check out the next vlog.